Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and I've got another narrated Pokemon battle for you. So, this was from my live stream. I had an opponent that wanted to do a VGC style battle, and at this point, I didn't do a VGC battle in 2018 as of yet, so I was kind of not really sure which Pokemon are really great in 2018 VGC, but I just grabbed a team that had a lot of usage from the QR team thing. Looking at the teams, yes, my opponent has a Sand team, and Excadrill is a very scary Pokemon. Knowing that, that's why I led with the Landorus, hoping that I could get an Intimidate, maybe live some hits, you know, and I've also got Naganadel, so I'm going to have my Naganadel there. Of course, Landorus is going to take an Iron Head and an Ice Punch, so yeah, even with the Intimidate, Landorus is not going to live that Ice Punch, especially with some chip damage from Iron Head. With my Naganadel, I'm just going to go for the Tailwind. I wasn't really expecting my Landorus to get doubled into, but yeah, it just got doubled into, and of course, that would actually make a lot of sense, because I could have easily went for Protect on Naganadel, and Earthquaked, and did a lot of damage, but my opponent made sure Landorus did not get a chance to move there. So now I'm going to go into my Kangaskhan, as my opponent will switch into the Salamence, which is a really good move because that will intimidate my physical attacker, Kangaskhan of course, and he's going to swap out the Tyranitar for Tapu Bulu, which actually works out in his favor because my Kangaskhan here has Low Kick, and of course I was going to Low Kick the Tyranitar, but now that Tapu Bulu is here, it's not going to do much at all. Tapu Bulu has a lot of bulk, plus it's going to resist Low Kick. So I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Ice on the Salamence. It was actually for the Excadrill, but since it hit that Salamence, that's actually pretty nice as well. I'm hoping this turns the game around, but yeah, it's still going to be pretty hard, especially with Excadrill because that thing is fast in the sand. So now everyone's going to take some Sandstorm damage. Luckily, that Salamence is gone, and I don't have to worry about that. So now my Kangaskhan will get some health back from the grassy terrain, as will the Bulu. So now Excadrill is back here, and this thing is very scary. And the Bulu is actually going to Protect here. So yeah, the Excadrill could easily go for an Earthquake if it wanted to. But I actually go for the Sludge Bomb onto the Tapu Bulu slot, which doesn't do anything since it protected, and unfortunately Drill Run will finish off the Naganadel. Low Kick onto the Excadrill for super effective damage, but Excadrill actually isn't that heavy, surprisingly, so it's not going to be enough to take it out. And also the Intimidate. So the Intimidate really saved Excadrill there, because I think if the Intimidate wasn't there, that would have probably taken out the Excadrill. So now Bulu is going to get some health back, everyone's going to get some health back, and I'm going to go into my last Pokemon, Heatran. And I know there's not much hope for Heatran because it cannot outspeed Excadrill. Excadrill can easily go for a Drill Run and finish off my Heatran, but instead it's going to go for Protect, and that is to protect itself from whatever my Kangaskhan wants to do. I'm going to Protect on the Heatran, and it ends up not really mattering because since the Excadrill went for Protect, and the Low Kick won't do anything because the Excadrill went for Protect. So right now, things are not looking good on my side of the field. The Tailwind is gone, but the Sandstorm is still there. So I'm going to hope for some chip damage, maybe a crit, Sucker Punch, but Excadrill is actually going to survive that. It's going to go for the Drill Run onto my Heatran. Even with the Berry, that's not going to matter. The Shuka Bear will not keep my Heatran alive. So Heatran will go down there, Excadrill will slowly lose some health, and the Tyranitar just has to go for Superpower, get some big, massive damage, and looking at that, yeah, my Kangaskhan is not going to be living very much longer. I'm going to have to pick which Pokemon to hit, and either way, the other one will easily be able to finish off my Kangaskhan. So instead of going for Sucker Punch, which would have probably taken out the Excadrill, I'm just going to let Kangaskhan go down. There wasn't much I could do there in the end game, but that was a really good battle there. My opponent Benjamin, he said that he recognized that QR team since it's getting a lot of usage, so that's something to keep in mind if you're using a QR team that's really high on the ranking. Some of the people you face might know your entire moveset. So we didn't get that there. I thought this would be a good video to put out since we're talking about VGC and the International Challenge of January. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in the next Pokemon video.